What's good, everybody? Yugioh for you. I'm here with my Shadollsworn deck profile. This actually requested people wanted to see it, but I've already planned on doing the deck profiles this week of decks I showed last week. And there's also some duels I still haven't shown last week or over the weekend that I honestly forgot to even record, so those will come up this week along with those deck profiles as well. So this is one of the Shadow decks that I've actually been working on. This is actually the build I really do like. Also, I'll be showing Shadollsworn, which has been changed since the duels that I've shown on my channel. So if any of you are wondering, why I'm playing such card in those duels, that may have, been changed. So it's more focused on Bujin than the Shadows in the updated version. But I will have some duels of the updated version as well, like a couple of duels. But anyway, let's get started with the deck profile. So first off, we have 3 Shadow Beasts, 3 Shadow Hedgehog, 2 Shadow Dragon, 2 Shadow Lizard, and then 3 Shadow Falcon. Each of the shadows have a flip effect, basically allowing you to get a certain effect, as well as an effect of when they're sent to the graveyard by a card effect, they get another effect. But you can only use each of the, one effect of a shadow monster's effect once during that turn. So basically, they can't use each of the effects. So if you use the flip effect, you won't get the sending effect, and vice versa. If you use sending effect, you won't get the flip effect. So Shadow Beast has the effect of when it's flipped face up, you can draw 2 cards and discard 1 card. It's pretty much sort of like the Graceful Cherry of the deck and does its job very well, especially in a Lightsworn build, because of the fact that, it fuels your graveyard for things like JD, but also works very well with the Shadows because you get 2 free cards, but at the same time, you can get like a Shadow effect. Like if you discarded like the Shadow Hedgehog with the effect, it will allow you to add a Shadow monster from your deck to the hand other than itself. But the other effect of Shadow Beast is when he sends to the graveyard by a card effect, you get to draw 1 card. It's a free card, very nice, again, in a Lightsworn type of deck, which you're milling. So you basically mill some cards, you get to draw a card, and that's your deck, then your deck quite a bit. Shadow Hedgehog, pretty much, when he's flipped face up, you can add 1 Shadow spell, a trap card from your deck to the hand, and when he's sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can add 1 Shadow monster from your deck to the hand, except himself. Like I said with Shadow Beast, it's a pretty nice combination with Beast. Pretty much, if you have him for the first one, stat him just so you can get the Shadow Fusion spell card to your hand as fast as you possibly can, because it opens up a lot of plays. Then of course you have the Shadow Dragon, which when you just flip face up, you can target 1 card your opponent controls to turn to the hand. They fixed him now. At the time I was recording the Shadow stuff, Dev Pro had it to where you can only target monsters. They have that fixed now, which is pretty friggin' awesome, so I'm glad they have that fixed now, which is kind of irritating, because there's sometimes where I want to get rid of a spell or trap card, not really a monster, because the spell or trap was hurting me more, but I couldn't because I had to target the monster. And if this card is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can destroy 1 spell trap card on the field. And you can only use this effect once per turn, same thing with Shadows. So it's just a nice instant MST back or hate pretty much card. Shadow Lizard, when you flip face up, you can target 1 monster in the field and destroy that target. So face to face down doesn't really matter. When he's sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can send 1 Shadow monster except for Lizard to the graveyard, and it lets you decked in. Good combination for things like all your other Shadows, such as Dragon, Hedgehog, and Beast. Deck in your deck, destroy a spell or trap card, or you can send the Shadow Falcon. Basically, when he's flipped face up, you can special summon 1 Shadow monster from your graveyard and face down defensive position except for himself. But if he's sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can then special summon Shadow Falcon and face down defensive position. So it adds more floatability and adds more field presence, which is really good. And like I said, it's a really nice combination with Shadow Lizard, so it's actually pretty cool. Now for the Lightsworn part, which is 3 Lumina, 3 Raiden, 2 Lila, 1 Garoth, 2 Wolf, 2 Raikou, 2 Minerva, as well as the Triple JD. Now, this is kind of basic Lightsworn lineup. Lumina, it's pretty much a good card, but one thing you have to make note of that I'm going to say anyway, people may know this, but another person may not, is that if you do discard a Shadow monster for Lumina's effect, they will miss timing because the last thing to happen is the summoning of the monster for Lumina. So you have to be careful of that, but it's still nice to discard fodder regardless because it's just overall nice things to actually have. But basic Lightsworn stuff right here. Then we have the triple Solar Recharge, Charge Light Brigade, and then triple Shadow Fusion. Now hold on the spell lineup because the deck already was pretty much cloggy already in terms of all the Shadow stuff. So I had to basically only go with the bare minimum of the spells, but it still works very well. Shadow Fusion is, of course, the fusion spell card for Shadows. You can only activate 1 Shadow Fusion per turn. Fusion summon one Shadow Fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or your side of the field as fusion materials. If your opponent controls a monster that was special summoned from the extra deck, you can also use monsters from your main deck as fusion materials. It's really good because of the fact that monsters from the extra deck are not really uncommon anymore, not like way back in the old days of Yu-Gi-Oh! Where it was like Gaia the Dragon Champion and Black Skull Dragon. No one really used those cards back then. But nowadays, it's really easy to get, it's pretty common to have a monster from your extra deck on your opponent's side of the field. So, really good card, deck clinch deck, opens up a lot of plays. Now, the Shadows, we're not missing off of Shadow Fusion, which is pretty cool. And finally, we have 3 Shadow Roots. Pretty much it's here for just the mill to add Shadow Fusion back to my hand. That's pretty much the only reason. But you can use it to special summon a effect monster, which is level 9, 1450 attack, 1950 defense. And becomes pretty much any attribute you really want for a Shadow Fusion monster, which makes me speculate there's going to be more attributes, possibly like water, fire, wind, stuff like that in the future. And if it's sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can target one Shadow spell, trap one in your graveyard except for Roots, and add to your hand. There's pretty much, if you have Shadow Fusion, you mill these out, you mill Roots, you get that Shadow Fusion to the hand. So that's one of the big reasons why I'm playing the Shadow Roots. I would recommend, if you're not playing a Lightsworn build, I would recommend mainly playing the I think it's Shadow. I don't remember the actual name of the trap. Here it is. Facing the Shadow. This is the one I would recommend you playing if you're not playing like a Shadow type of deck. If you're not playing like a Lightsworn variant. But if you are playing Lightsworn, I recommend playing the Shadow Roots over the Facing the Shadows because this will get you your shit back. For the extra deck, we have 3 El Shadow Nephilim and 3 El Shadow Midrash. Nephilim requires a Shadow monster plus a Light monster. When she must first be fusion summoned, so she can be revived if you properly summon her. If this card is special summoned, you can send one Shadow card from your deck to your graveyard. So it's a great way you can just send Shadow Roots to get the Shadow Fusion back to your hand. Very nice combinations there. At the start of the damage step, if this card bounds a special summoned monster, destroy that monster. Pretty much Catastrophe. And if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one Shadow spell or trap card in your graveyard and add it to your hand. It's a nice little combination. If you send like the Shadow Roots from your deck to add this to your hand, and this goes to the grave, you can add Roots. It's just a lot of cool little combination you can do with Nephilim. It's really nice. But the main card you're really going to focus on is Midrash, which requires a Shadow monster plus a Dark monster. Must first be fusion summoned and cannot be destroyed by opponent's card effects. Really handy. Neither player can special summon more than once per turn. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one Shadow spell or trap card in your graveyard and add it to your hand. Midrash is amazingly good. The fact that she prevents you from, both players from special summoning more than once is really good, especially since the formats and the game it's really at the point of, I summon like 5 monsters in one turn. That's all I'm doing. It's really gotten to that point, and Midrash is a great anti-meta card. In my opinion, it's pretty much it's Ophion 2.0, but it does more than what Ophion does, in my opinion, because Ophion can still be hurt by 101 and stuff like that. Midrash can still be hurt by 101, but the thing is, if they don't have another level 4 in the field, and they try to special summon, they can only special summon once, so it prevents them from going 101, which is really nice. And the fact that it's protected from things like Mirror Force and Bottomless, it's really, really cool. And automatically, if they don't warning this, get a free Midrash, so. Then we have the Armada Catastrophe, a Vulcan the Divine, Black Rose Dragon, 2 Michael, Lightsworn Arc, a Stardust Spark Dragon, because I love this combined with JD, and we have a Moonlight Rose Dragon. Of course, this could be replaced with anything else, because I'm on Dev Pro, so hell yeah, I'm going to use this card. Moonlight is just amazing. Then, of course, we're playing the Immorel just for, just basically recycle my stuff, so I can just pretty much reuse some of the stupid shit that the deck can actually have. But overall, it's a really, really good deck. I think it's one of the better versions of the Shadows, because the Lightsworns and Shadows have so much synergy, it's ridiculous. But this is Shadow Lightsworns, so hope you guys enjoyed the deck profile. If you want to see another Shadow deck that won't be on this channel, Shadow Blue Eyes, go check out the Yu-Gi-Oh! Council. I uploaded a Shadow Blue Eyes deck profile, as well as some Shadow Blue Eyes duels on that channel. So if you want to see that deck, go on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Council. Link to that channel will be in the description below. And more Shadow stuff to come, as well as more deck profiles to come this week. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next video.